Alright guys, so welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video, we are going to be looking at a Bluetooth wireless headphone that competes with models that are much more expensive and has features that top most of them. Today we are looking at the Noontech Zoro 2 Wireless. Alright, so just like anything else, we're going to start with accessories. But before we do that, I want to tell you kind of a brief story about Zoro. They originally came out when the original Beats Solos came out, and they were like a knockoff version of those. But then word got out that they sounded way better than the original Beats Solos, and they had rave reviews all over the place, that they grew as a company and now have a model that definitely competes with the Beats Solo 2s and the Solo 3 wireless. So starting with the price, we do want to say that these originally retail for $160. Right now on Amazon, you can find them for $119.99. I will put a link below for anybody that's interested. But going right into the accessories, as you can see, now this is the Volcanic Rock limited edition model, so it comes with this carbon fiber hard case, which really is nice. Like, I think it looks good and it is extremely protective, so that if you are out and about or throwing them in a bag or you drop them, you really just don't have to worry about it. Now, on the inside of the packaging, on the left hand side, you will see there's a compartment that velcros in and out so that you can hold the accessories. Now this holds the micro USB charging cable, which really, these things average somewhere between 30 to 35 hours of battery life, so you really don't have to keep the micro USB cable on you all the time because, well, it'll last a long time. It also comes with a normal 3.5mm headphone cable. It doesn't have any of the controls on the cable itself. All the controls are built onto the headphones itself. I do want to show you the headphones fold up really nicely and just go in, and you just have this extremely small form factor, and it just makes it really convenient. Alright, so now the headphones themselves. Now what I do want to get into is some of the technology that's in here. It has NFC pairing on your left side. You usually don't find that until you get into more expensive models. The aptX coding technology, so that you're getting the best Bluetooth quality that you can possibly get, but you do have to have a device that supports that. Now the build quality itself, this is an on-ear headphone, so it is extremely small. The ear cups is actually made out of hand-sewn cotton, so it's not the usual pleather or leather that most of you guys are used to. So that was kind of unique, and it is extremely soft. It has a very forgiving feel. Since these are on ear, that's important so that you don't feel pressure on your head. Now on the top you see branding of Noontech. Now this is, I don't even want to say plastic. It has more of a rubberized texture, has a lot of give to it. It does not feel fragile at all. Now, as far as the branding goes, you just have their simple logo on both sides, and Zoro 2 Wireless is just barely put in a little slot right here. So it doesn't look ridiculous. It doesn't look like they're trying to scream a brand all over. It is very nice and minimal. There is kind of a texture to it, which feels really good. It doesn't pick up fingerprints at all. Your left and right are marked on the inside part of the headband. As you can see, it does fold down at the hinges. Up top, underneath on the headband, it does have a very, very soft padding. I guess this would be the pleather, leatherish type material. But again, these are so light that padding on the top to me really wasn't necessary. I was able to wear these for really long sessions of listening to music, and it was great. Now on the bottom of the headphones, on the left side is where you have your headphone jack if you want to use it in wired mode. And on the right side is where your micro USB port is for charging. But like I said, you get 35 hours, you're not going to be charging these things too much. Now on the back side is where your controls are. On the left side, there's a button up top. It's not really a button. It really doesn't do anything. I'm not sure why it's there. But underneath is the power button. It is also the play and pause button. Now on your right side is your volume up and volume down rocker. It also allows you to skip tracks forward and then go back to the track that you're on and skip back to the previous track. So all your controls are behind, so it keeps it out of view. I really like it when companies do that. Now, as you can tell on the head, these are small on-ear headphones. They really just don't stand out much. They're just low profile, and I like that. I don't like things that are extremely flashy. I don't like things that's like, hey, look at me. If that is you, these fit that bill. All right, now we go to sound. Because all the features, like I've said before, you can slap as many features as you want on there. You can have incredible build quality, but if it sounds awful, it's not gonna be worth your money. So I can say right now, because look at this, the Beats Solo 2 wireless and the Solo 3 wireless, you're looking at $300. Okay, these right now on Amazon retail for $119. So less than half the cost of those with more features and sound that beats them. The sound out of these sound better than the Beats Solo 2 and the Solo 3 wireless. Now I know there's some of you that are like, well, Beats sound like shit. And you know, that's not saying much if you're comparing those to those. Now, I completely disagree with you on the Beats Solos. The Solo 2 and Solo 3 to me sounded great. Now comparing these to other on-ear headphones, they're really at the top. I think, you know, as far as sound signature goes, you get something that's just really fun to listen to. The bass is punchy, but not overly punchy, but it is definitely there and you can feel its presence. Now mids sound great in these. So vocals sounded great. It's real clean, has great textures, like if there's raspiness in voices, you're going to know it. Crunchiness in guitars, you're going to feel that because mids are really good. Now highs are also excellent because cymbals and drums and vocals with higher pitch, like everything comes through really clean. Now I didn't notice at all that it got muddy. I did notice now if there are some songs that have a whole lot going on, that sometimes it's easy to kind of get it all mixed in instead of feeling separation in all the instruments. But again, $119 for a Bluetooth pair, you cannot compare it to open back high-end headphones, and I'm not going to try and do that. I highly recommend them. I can't say enough about sound. Sound separation and instruments sounded really good. They sounded good with mobile phones. It sounded great on the PC. Like, I didn't find anything that I didn't like about these. The only thing I would say maybe is just the fact that these kind of easily buckle where the hinges are. So like if you pick them up by this, you'll see that it just kind of closes in. That's not a big deal. It doesn't feel like it's fragile at all because you do have aluminum running through the extenders themselves. Also on the inside part, you do have a numbering system so that if you want to adjust it to a 3 on one side, you can adjust it to a 3 on the other side. So for those of you that have OCD, you'll be happy. So if you're asking, do I recommend these? Yes, I highly recommend them. And again, for the price, they're really hard to beat. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you guys. I know it's been a little while since I've released a video. I've been really sick. I don't know if you can tell. But again, the support has been ridiculous. So you just got over 7,000 subscribers and it's just crazy. So thank you guys again. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.